Recently, Blox Roots has released a pre-patch type of update balancing out the game. As we can see from the patch notes, the first thing they did was buff Dark Blade. They made when holding DX, they made the range longer. Now, I can't compare it to how it used to be, as the thing is 15% isn't enough to make a noticeable difference. But yeah, here's another look at the rage increase. So start from here, it went around here. If you find some old footage, you can look back at it and try to compare the two. Now on to the next buff. They decided to buff Eagle, which I think is a good thing. They buffed the flight, making it 25% faster, and I think this was much needed, as I don't know if some of you remember, but Eagle's flight was borderline a disabled pigeon before this, and now look at it, it's so much better. And to balance it out, they made it so that if you're below, I think 30% of your health, you move a lot like slower. I'm talking like maybe 40%, 30% slower. If you look at the picture I put up on screen earlier, you'll be able to see. Now the next buff they decided to make was to gas, which in my opinion was a bit uncalled for, as they buffed the shit out of this thing. I'm talking, they made the transformation a demon. Now if you look up on screen currently, they buffed how fast you gain the transformation by 25%. So if I were to hit this NPC, look how fast my gas meter is going up. That's crazy. And keep in mind, when you hit a player, your gas meter goes up even faster. So I'm getting my meter this fast by hitting an NPC. Think about that. So imagine what hitting a player. If I get half of a player's health down, then I'm getting my whole gas meter. Like, that's just incredible. Now, the next change that they made was regarding the transformation itself. Let me just get it quickly. There we go. So, when you transformed, they made it so that you take 50% less damage. So, again, I don't have a player to test it with me, but you can kinda see anyway. I mean, this is an NPC which would normally be killing me pretty fast, and he's done literally nothing to me. Like, look at my health. Like, I think I have Haki on, yeah, but yeah, I do have Haki on, but look at that, he does nothing to me. And this is how much he do when I'm not transformed. Look at my health when I'm not transformed. Look at that. Like, soon he like, this guy would actually kill me. Like, look at that. Like, I was tanking this guy's like M1s, and now I'm practically dead. And they also made another change, again regarding the transformation. They made it so that, wait, let me check. Okay, so now I remember I had to check the patch notes quickly. They made it so that the M1 has a 15% increased hitbox. So again, I can't compare it to the old gas, because you know, it's not like I have someone with the old gas right next to me, but you can kind of see the increase a bit. It's not a major increase, but this plus everything else honestly makes gas meta, as I mean, it was already a really good fruit, so I don't know why they buffed it this much, but now gas is just a demon. I mean, it really just is that strong now. Alright, so the next nerf on the list is the Draco V4 nerf. They happened to nerf the Tormail, aka the damage that you give to other players, by 20%. So before it was around 50, now it's 30. So what, and for reference, I have Tormail V2, so I have the best version. So what does this mean? When he hits me, a lot less damage will be reflected. So hit me, for example. That's how much damage I reflected. I reflected about 1k damage, and he dealt, you hit me with 2 M1s again?
I dealt 2.1k.
2.1k, so it's still around 50%, because I made the mistake. I think before it was maybe even 60, 70. It was crazy. So Tormail definitely got a big nerf, which was honestly much needed, as the damage reflection was just way too crazy. Now next on the chopping block is the Dragonheart. Personally, I didn't use this sword much, as I haven't really played at all since the Dragon update, but they made it so the Z move no longer can break. So activate your observation haki.
Yep.
Now, if you guys saw, it didn't can break. I don't know exactly how many dodges it took, but as you can see, clearly did not can break. And they made it so
It
that
took
the
two
X move,
dodges.
how much dodges did it take?
It took two.
Okay, yeah, so literally did nothing. And they made it so that the X move now has end lag. So this move, I think, can breaks, right? Yeah, it
Yep.
can breaks, and it has a bit of end lag. You have to use it yourself to see how much end lag it truly has. But overall, Dragonheart got probably the biggest nerf out of everything this update. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, because the end lag is quite noticeable, and the
You
Z
can
move not can break
observation
is
track it.
crazy. I mean, yeah, exactly. So now you can observation trick this, and this no longer can break. So Dragonheart is definitely got a big nerf. Next on the nerf block is gravity, which honestly was more than deserved, as gravity was way too strong. The first nerf they did is reduce the hitbox of the C move by 10%. So hit me quickly with the C move. As you can see, it's still extremely strong, but it definitely helps a little bit. Like, I think before I honestly would have gotten hit from there, but I didn't now. So yo, that's pretty good. And the next move that they nerfed was the V move. So now use the V move quickly. The V move has somewhere around a So after checking, I found out that the new cooldown of the V move is 30 seconds, and the old cooldown was 25 naturally, as it had a plus 5-second cooldown. This is honestly the best thing that could have happened, the gravity, because that V move was way too strong for no reason, and it was so spammable and way too easy to hit. Now the next thing they nerfed was sound. I'll put the changes up on screen. Now, me personally, I don't know why sound got nerfed, because in my opinion, it was not too OP, but I'm not gonna be showing the changes, as again, who uses sound? Like, let's be dead ass. Now the next change that they made was regarding Portal C move. This change, instead of like PvP balancing, was more of a lag balancing, as this move used to lag the shit out of your game, especially mobile players. I remember I joined this game once on mobile to spin a fruit for the sake of it, and I used the word warp to go to the cafe, and I thought my phone was gonna blow up. Like, it was so bad. Like, the lag when using this move was really bad, and now they patched it. So this is what it looks like now. Let me just teleport the Hydra. Look at that, like, builds up and then it pulls you in. Did you see that? Now I'll be putting the changes up here on screen. Boom. And there you go. After you've read them a bit, obviously you can pause the video if you want to take longer to read them. You can see that they added the type of chain mechanic where it pulls you in. So yo, let me do that again. Look, for example, look, if there is this chain and then boom, it pulls me in, and it also pulls other players in, and it also stuns them. So yo, they buffed it a little bit by technicality, and they also made it look so much cooler. Like, you can now, it looks like an infinite portal. Look at that. Let me use that again. Look. Wait, let me just TP. Look at that. Looks like an infinite portal. So this looks really, really sick in my opinion. The next thing they did wasn't a buff or a nerf. It was a change to a core mechanic of the game, which is observation haki or ken haki. So now if they have a beast fruit and the beast fruit has a transformation, you can see the bar under their energy, and you can see it build up. So look, for example, if you hit me quickly, look, you'll see his bar go up like in lifetime. So you can know when to like play more aggressive or when to back off. And honestly, I think this is a really good feature to PvP and just in general. So the next nerf that they did was regarding Yeti. They made it so that the transformation has a bit less combo potential, and just made it a bit worse just in general, because I mean, I think we've all fought a Yeti transformed, and yeah, I mean, not very many live to tell the tale. The base moveset was, I think, unchanged for the most part. I couldn't tell you honestly, because I just don't really remember using Yeti much, but I know Arctic Clap stayed the same. Frostbite Boulder is the same, so I remember these. Glacial Execution is... Oh, I think they nerfed the range a bit. Yeah, okay, yeah, so they nerfed Glacial Execution range a bit. Or that, or I hit the floor. I'll retry that again. And Tundra Rush is exactly the same too. So yeah, base Yeti remained unchanged for the most part. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, they didn't change Glacial Execution. Yeah, that was just me tweaking. So, but one thing that they definitely changed was the Yeti transformation. They haven't exactly said exactly what they did, but if you use Yeti a lot, you can definitely notice it, as they definitely nerfed it quite a bit. I think they
The
nerfed the
M1's
stun.
still left fun, I think.
Exactly. I think that's to do with stun, like the whole thing. I think they
Like, hit
just
me with the
made.
M1.
Let me hit you quickly.
You can, like, get out of them a little easier, I think.
Yeah, like we haven't played the game in a long time, so we don't really remember. But I think they just nerfed the stun on like Arctic Clap and M1s and stuff like that. Last but not least, the final change that they did was the Dragon. Now, this instead of a buff was more of a, instead of a nerf was more of a buff as well. So they buffed and nerfed some aspects of it to try to balance it out, because at the end of the day, Dragon is like, what, 60 euro, like $60. I don't even know what that translates to, but it is by far the most expensive fruit, so it more than deserved to actually still be good. The first change that they made was they buffed the damage of hold moves to reward skilled play more. So, as you know, hold moves are like actually hard to hit, unlike, you know, just a move that you tap quickly. They also made it that you build up meter quickly. Yeah, so as I was saying, they also buffed the how fast you gain fury meter, but only when you're in human form. So look at that. I don't know if you saw that, but in 3M1s, I just got like 4 whole bars worth of fury meter. Look at that. Like that's straight up insane. Like I don't, to be honest, I don't really know how to feel about this. I think this was way too strong. And the main thing that I think is absolutely ridiculous is now when you get a kill with Dragon Transformation. So look, let me waste a bit of my meter. Let me just shoot a bit of my meter there. There you go. So as you can see, I'm missing a lot of my meter. Now, if I kill someone, so let me just kill my friend here.
We're in a match.
Retake. We had to here's my friend again. I forgot that we were in a match, like in a arena match, so I didn't actually kill him. Now let me kill him now for real, and you know, show you that I gained my full meter back. So you know, if you see my meter, I have just a little bit of it, and look, when I kill him, just give it a second, boom, I just got it all back instantly. That's a little too OP. Now you're gonna say, oh, but it looks like they just buffed Dragon. They also nerfed it a lot and buffed it again. So I'm gonna put the other changes up on screen here. They changed both West and East Dragon variants. So as I said before, you can look at the changes here up on screen. And yeah. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.